All right, everything went well in the video. So first question for you here, keeping up with the whole number progression thing, is what's this one? What would the numbered progression system be, or what would the numbered progression thing be here using the system you started learning about? So reference the old stuff if you need to. Remember, you got to have some stuff that's, some things are capitalized and some things are lowercase. And it has to do with what's going to be, like for major and minor chords, which we will get to eventually. So there's going to be 3 numbers that are capital or uppercase, and 4 that will be lowercase. So this guy here, similar to what we did 2 weeks ago, but instead of like having the quarter notes move around within the bar, now we get the eighth notes happening. So for this stuff, with the eighth notes, instead of doing a down up on the eighth notes, we're going to go down down. This way we continue the same strumming pace as we play. So remember, 1/8 notes is the same length as 2 16th notes. So when we're strumming the 16ths, we got your downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. So that's the downbeat. This is the upbeat because it's in the middle. Or halfway through, I should say. Technically not really in the middle, but halfway through it. So that's why it's the upbeat, because it's in between, like right there. So 1 E and the and is the upbeat still, just like with the eighth notes. But we got these 2 16th notes here. So now, instead of strumming up on the upbeat, we're strumming down on the upbeat. So the upstrokes come in between the down and the up. So that's why we're going to do a downstroke, downstroke. So this way we continue to move the same pace as we do with the 16th notes. And I think that's about it. So yeah, make sure you practice your counting out loud when you're playing. I'd say 60 to at least 80. 100 is preferable though, and it's going to help out immensely when we get into way harder stuff. Got to get those foundations in now. So here we go. Number 1. Keep that strumming hand moving at the same pace the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to 160 for the repeats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that was right. I don't know why I stopped. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. All right, I'm gonna go play. Going through all these different variations. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it! Oh, I blew it right at the end. Alright. Well, you get to see how tough this is. So, if you end up having struggles when you're doing your 4 times through, you are not going to be the only one. Alright, try this 150 again. Gotta try to make sure I keep track of what repetition I'm on. That's another challenging part of doing this stuff. Knowing how many times you play through it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 minute. There. Pretty sure that was 4. I was trying really dang hard to keep track of which repetition I was on. Oh yeah, regarding the pick thing, yeah, I personally don't like switching between different picks all the time. I just want to have one that I always use for, we'll say, the majority of things, which is, why I stick with this. I mean, it works just fine for strumming, that kind of stuff for me. I know some people like to use thin or thinner picks for strumming because the flexibility of the pick might make it feel a bit nicer, but we got to think about, like, what kind of stuff are we trying to play here? We want to do, like, the fast, really aggressive, chuggy, beefy sounding stuff. So, and it's mostly going to be power chords, right? So having something that's going to allow you to go between the chords that we typically play into, like, the more single note stuff, the shreddy kind of thing, we want a pretty sturdy pick that's not going to be all floppy and bendy. Some people can get away with it and they actually like it, which is always weird to me. But, I mean, this thing I use is 4 millimeters thick, but it comes down to a point because it's beveled. So it really, like, glides across the string pretty well. If before I found out about, like, beveled picks, I always used something, well, I primarily used stuff that was at least 1 millimeter thick. Because if I used stuff that was thinner than that, the pick would start bending and flopping all over, and it feels less accurate that way. So to keep things as accurate as possible, we don't want that pick moving all over the place. We want it stiff, sturdy. So that's why I tend to recommend have a pick that's at least 1 millimeter thick so it's not moving. Now that being said, I use a thinner, flat pick when I play acoustic stuff. It just sounds way better to me to use that versus the thicker one. So, sometimes people talk about using different picks to get a certain tone. I really don't notice enough of a difference on an electric guitar to care about that. Like, whatever tone differences you might experience by using a different pick, I think you can fix in the EQ and whatnot on the amp or your pedals or whatever. But on the acoustic, well, that's acoustic. You don't change the EQ on that when you're playing it. So there, having a different kind of pick, to me, makes more sense. But yeah, for the electric guitar, for the distorted stuff especially, we want to play fast and precise. We want a pick that's going to go very well across everything that you're doing. So yes, you're basically on the right track there. Settle on one of the picks and stick with it. Stick with the one that works best for you for an overall picture. So because you mentioned like the descending stuff is a bit more challenging, and it is for me too. It is. And it will vary from person to person for sure. But let's try this. So it's really the same three shapes. We have I think last time, yeah, we started with the C major, then B diminished, and then A minor. So I figured let's just start with the B diminished this time. And we'll end with the G major instead of the C. But the shape is still the same. So the shape is 100% the same because it's a major chord being arpeggiated. That being said, since we are arpeggiating chords while we do these sweep picked arpeggios, what's the numbered chord progression here? It absolutely associates with this stuff, or it ties in together for sure. So what's the chord progression number, or the numbered chord progression for this? So as far as what's going to be uppercase and lowercase, big old obvious hints right there because the chord names are there. So reference what I said earlier in the video, if that didn't make any sense. Hopefully the earlier stuff I said will make sense as to what we make capital letters and lowercase letters, or uppercase and lowercase. Anyway, so yeah, let's get started with the old B diminished into A minor, ending with the G. I'm going to count off 4, just like last time, even though it's a 5, or 5 4 time signature. But yeah, for some reason the descending it is. It's more challenging. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, I'm gonna do 160 next. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 220. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awful. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. God damn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, something you can do as like a supplemental thing is just go for it. Just try and go for it, because if I was just to go for it, there's those little awkward speeds as you're building up. They can get in this kind of weird zone, this weird tempo where it's just like everything just feels really awkward. I mean, you still want to be able to play it. But yeah, if you just kind of go for it, even if it's just like one shape. Just doing stuff like that, just having fun with it. And again, just going for it. Just see how fast you can do it naturally without the metronome. Just forget the metronome. Doing stuff like that can be very beneficial because you get used to moving quicker and still trying to make it sound good. But then when you get back to the metronome, it might make things a little bit easier. Same thing with like, just picking as fast as you can, just having fun with stuff like that. Or just do a hammer on the pull off over. Just going for it. Again, just really makes it a lot, sometimes it can really be fun, of course, and then kind of get used to, how do I want to say, sometimes it can help you get used to just playing fast for the sake of playing fast, without trying to fit everything into like rhythmic accuracy. Because sometimes you play stuff that, when you do it to a metronome and you're trying to space everything out 100%, it can feel pretty weird and sound kind of weird. So sometimes, yeah, just going for stuff. Like the finger tap and stuff. Just going for it and having, it's fun just trying to play fast. It's a really good idea. Really good idea. Throw that in every now and then. Okay, so with this, there's one thing I need to point out to start. Right here, bar 33. Something is wrong. I'm not going to tell you what. I want you to try and figure it out. What's wrong in that bar? So I currently have it set at the 80% speed as you put. So, let's see. So that's 136 beats per minute, okay. Wait, you said 150 in your... Wait, let me see. Hang on, where is that email? It's set at 80%, but I think your email said you did it at 150, maybe? 80% speed. Oh, able to get the fast legato part by itself around 150. The recording slowed it to 80%. I'm gonna take out. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I understand now. All right, so let's play this thing at some different speeds here. So here's the new part, and we got new chords. Hang on. Come back up to the top here. System layout for... Okay. Alright, so the new progression, yes, we're going to do a new chord progression here, starting at bar 41, and it's this right here. So once again, question for you. What is the numbered chord progression for this? How would you number that? Alright, so here's what I got for the newest thing. So as always, learn the new thing. Write your new thing and piece the whole thing together. We even got a little bit of sweep picking here. So I don't think it'll be too bad since we're just doing the eighth notes. And yeah, set the tempo at whatever you need it to be to get the job done. We do have this tie right here, so it's going across, or this is ringing out for 6 beats total. Got some more bends here, so this is all set up similar ways before. Just make sure that right here, tie that note over here. So you put in whatever notes you're going to settle with or settle on, and then hit L for the tie note again. And And then, yeah, we could do the bend same way as before if you'd like, or pick something else. You know, it's following the same rhythm as what we need. So like the 1, 3, and 4, and that's what that rhythm's going to be right there. It's like 1, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 and 4, and so on. And you know what? I just realized I didn't put hammer-ons and pull-offs in here that I wanted to. 1 second. So we're going to do. Put in the notes I wanted, I listened back to it, and was like, yeah, that sounds right, and then I forgot to put in the hammer-ons and pull-offs and all that stuff. There we go. Okay. So I'll just do it with the metronome, make it nice and easy to hear what you're going to learn. Make it sound better for the solo. So let's do this, yeah, we'll do it at 60 first. Here we go, the new section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're still ending this solo thing with the 10th fret on the B string with the A5 chord ringing out. So we're going to just keep ending it with that every time. Yeah, that'll be down here. Alright, let's go to 120 next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. One, two, three, four. And we'll hit 150 next. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 170. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right. Any questions come up, let me know. And I'll see you again in your new videos.